Hey, how's it going? My name is Safe, and I have been playing a lot of Smite recently. I also just did a coaching session with a silver level jungler, and I was thinking, why don't I make a dedicated video to a couple tips that I have for bronze to, I would say, about platinum level junglers. Ranks from bronze to plat are kind of interchangeable, so I thought I would just make a dedicated video where I talked about kind of the stuff that I touched on in that coaching session that is over an hour long. So I understand it's not as accessible. That's why I'm here to kind of break some stuff down for the lower level junglers that are out there. I have 10 tips written down, and I'm going to start off with my first tip for you guys, which is to stick to a few characters. Really learn just a couple characters, learn their matchups, learn their interactions, learn how to play them, make sure you're hitting abilities. When I'm playing in lower level lobbies or even just watching lower level lobbies, if I play with my friends or whatever, a lot of junglers miss a lot of abilities. A lot of junglers don't know when they win fights. They don't know when they win interactions. They don't know how to play out matchups. If you just practice a couple gods and really figure out your flowcharts, figure out your matchups, hit all of your abilities, that's going to carry you much further than most other mechanical things that you can learn in this game, especially when you're bronze, silver, gold area. You could even go into like training mode or whatever, the jungle practice, and learn your different distances on your abilities and really get a handle of your abilities if you want to, or you could just play a lot of games, which is my next tip. Play as much as possible. Don't stop playing. Keep playing. I think I've touched on this in a tip video in the past, but don't feel discouraged. Keep playing the game. You're going to get better by playing a lot. It's just the way that it goes. I know sometimes you're going to have a couple bad games. You're like, I only play ranked until I lose like 2 games and then I'm done. Nah, dude, just keep playing. Don't stop playing. Just keep grinding. You're never going to hit the highest rank that you'll ever reach until way beyond whenever you'll realize that. So there's no reason to be scared of dropping ranks. Losing 7 in a row is not the end of the world, you know? So just keep playing, keep grinding, don't stop. For my next tip, I also touched on this in another video, and I think I can do a better job of explaining it here after getting a few comments talking about it. Watch videos of people playing. It really tilts me when I play with some of my lower level friends and they just don't know anything about what's going on. And they play all the time, but they don't watch anything. They don't watch people play. There's so many people you could watch to play. And I'm going to leave a bunch of people in the description because I got a comment last time I talked about this saying that there wasn't a lot of people to watch. There's so many people you could watch. I make videos all the time. Weekend, he makes videos all the time. You can watch him. Adapting, great player. Watch him. If you're watching these junglers, you will learn how to play jungle better. You will see what they're doing and be like, why do I never do that? What is the difference between me and weekend? What is the difference between me and adapting? That stuff will help you a lot. So I will leave some junglers in the description that you can watch, who I watch all the time. Next, I've got farm as much as possible. Focus on your farm. Make sure that you stay ahead. Do yourself as many favors as possible. If you are a lower level player, your mechanics are not going to be super strong. So you're going to miss stuff. You're going to miss abilities. But if you're a higher level than the enemies, if you're farming better than them, you're going to have an innate advantage whenever you're playing every time you try to fight. So just focus on farm. Keep farming. Don't stop farming. Make sure that you're ganking, but if you're ganking, if you're ahead, that's a guaranteed gank. If you're running around trying to make ganks happen, trying to force interactions when you're not even ahead, you're flipping a coin every time. Get yourself ahead, farm heavy. I've got another tip here, and this might hurt a little bit, okay? This is something that I have to tell myself all the time, and it might hurt a little bit, okay? You don't know anything about the game. You're not as knowledgeable as you might think that you are. You might know some stuff about the game at a low, like bronze level. You might think that you have an idea of some things, but really, you don't know anything. And this goes for me as well. I'm always, even at Masters, I'm open minded about learning how to play. There are things that I change every day about the way that I play. Uh, I'm open to the idea that I've been playing the game wrong forever, and it's time to change everything in a day. So keep your mind open and don't stay stuck in your ways. That's just going to keep you at a low rank for a very long time. I have friends who have been, whenever they solo queue, they're stuck from like silver to platinum forever. And they would never climb out if I didn't play with them. And that's because they think that they know how to play, but there's so much for them to learn and so much for them to know that, but they're so stuck in their ways that they will not take that second to be like, okay, maybe I should change everything about the way that I'm playing. I know that sounds pretty vague, but just keep in your mind the idea that you might not know anything about the game, and it's time to change your game plan every game and like figure out, why the fuck can I not climb out of silver? Why can I not climb out of gold? Why can I not climb out of bronze? Like, what is going on? Don't get mad at the game whenever bad things happen, because you are not good. Like, there are things that you do, you mess up. I make mistakes all the time in my games. I don't get mad at the game. I realize that I'm fucking up. And I know that there's so much that I can use to learn and get better at the game, because I'm nowhere near the best form of myself that I can be. I will be talking to deity professional level junglers, and I throw away my ego. I throw away everything that I think I know about the game every time I talk to them, because I'm ready to learn. When I did that coaching session the other day, he was in silver and he was very willing to learn and know that he didn't know a lot about the game as a jungler. And that's the perfect mindset that you need. That is the mindset of somebody who is willing and ready to grow and get better every day that they play. So don't take it too personal, but you don't know as much as you think that you know. Be open-minded, keep grinding, keep playing, try to change things whenever you get feedback from people that are higher level than you. This is another one that really, really, really tilts me. In the jungle, especially early game, prior to 15 minutes, while they're still spawning, focus on the fire brand camps. Those fire minions that spawn at FG, at Fire Giant, those are the most important camp on the map. You need to be focusing on those if you're a jungler. If you're losing in solo lane, maybe you got to give them up. If you lose the mid 3v3 solo lane, mid laner, jungler, support, mid laner, jungler, you lose that fight, maybe give them up. But they're so important. They're extremely important. And I'll be playing in a low level game. And when I'm playing in low level games with my friends, I try not to play jungle because I don't think it's fair. So I'll play other roles like mid, I'll play solo, I'll play whatever. And a lot of the times I see my junglers not even pathing towards it, and it's so tilting. So please focus on those firebrand camps. It's so important as a jungler. Kind of in the same vein as that, take neutral camps off the map as fast as possible. That is my next tip. You should stay on timer for your own buffs, but please make sure that you are securing firebrands, that you're securing oracles, you're securing all of that neutral farm, that extra camp that's on duo side next to Gold Fury. Make sure you're securing that. Make sure you're looking at any free camps are on the map that are on the other side of the map that aren't your specific camps. That's not your speed. That's not your harpies. That's not your red. That's not your purple. That's not your blue. Anything that is up, free to take, that is not yours, take that off the map as soon as possible. That's going to put yourself ahead, and that's going to put the enemy junglers behind. It's so important to establish map pressure. Show that you are the superior jungle and take over the map. That's going to put yourself so far ahead. And it's going to put them so far behind that every gank is free. Next, I've got copy builds. Please look up builds on Smite Brain. Just use Smite Brain. You don't even have to use anything else. I know there's Smite Source. Smite Source is good too, but if you want to keep it simple, just use Smite Brain. Copy builds from players that are deity demigod level. That's what I do. You don't need to learn how to build for a very long time. Even at Masters right now, I would say that I change up builds like very often, but you really don't got to. I mean, if you just stay consistent, building the same stuff is not going to punish you until you're at Masters level. So just copy builds, make sure you're building what is optimal. These players have been playing longer than you've been alive. They know better than you. Please just copy their builds and figure out why they're using them. Read your items, figure out why it is that these people are using those builds. I've got 2 more tips here. For my second to last tip, do not let your teammates stop you from playing your game. You are allowed to be selfish, but just make sure you're still playing as a team, but you're allowed to be selfish. Do not go for these frankly pointless ganks where your duo lane has already died and you're like trying to go and get like a cleanup kill. You're showing up late, but you're still going anyways when you already have farm on the map. Just get your free farm. Don't go for these Hail Mary hero plays whenever they're definitely not needed. play selfish to an extent. You shouldn't always be selfish. You should be playing as a team, but do not be afraid to be a little bit selfish and just put yourself ahead so that you're able to gank and actually be impactful. If you're sitting there late to these ganks, not farming, your ganks are going to be worse just on principle. You're going to be a lower level, so your ganks are just worse already. They're less efficient, and if you're efficiently getting your farm, the ganks will come to you. You do not need to force ganks to help your teammates. I understand that they are going to be complaining at you, to you. They're going to be calling you names that you do not want to be called. They're going to be saying jungle diff, jungle this, jungle that. If you're focused on your farm, you're farming more than the enemy jungler, your ganks will come and they will be stronger than the enemy junglers. And if they really are getting on your nerves, there's a giant mute button for a reason. Mute them, focus on yourself, play your game. You will get so much better, so much faster if you're focused on your game and making sure you have good games. Smite is a team game, so you do need to play it as a team. But if you're focused on your game, you will climb. That's just how it works. There is no such thing as elo hell. If you're in gold and you have 300 games played, you deserve to be in gold. You need to get your game more refined. You're gonna lose games because your team sucks. That happens. But the better that your individual performance is every game, the easier wins will come. So you're allowed to be selfish. Just don't take that too far. And for my final tip that I have, we have a website called Tracker GG that you can use to look up your account and anybody else's who plays Smite. Use Tracker. They have a thing called a Tracker score where it gives your average gold per minute, XP per minute, damage per minute, and I think KDA is the other one that it gives. Use that to find what you are bad at. Do you have like B tier GPM? Do you have B tier gold per minute? That means you need to farm more. Do you have C tier gold per minute? Farm more. D tier, farm more. Do you have D tier KDA? Okay, maybe you're being a little too aggressive. Play fights slower, play safer. Do you have D tier damage per minute? Maybe you're never ganking, or maybe you're just not very efficient in team fights. Try to focus on your fighting. So use that, find what you are weak at, and fix those in your games. I want you to look at your tracker score, find what your worst attribute is as a player, and the next session that you play, focus solely on making that better. I come from a storied history of playing competitive games, and a lot of times whenever you're playing full game sessions, you need to be focused on one minute detail about your game the whole time. You can lose 700 games, but if your gold per minute is better that session that you played, you're a better player now. And that becomes your new norm. Like that gold per minute buff. Like say you went from like 400 average GPM to like 450. And now that is your average because you focus on that super hard for a couple sessions. You maybe lost a lot of games, but now your base farm is better as a player. Now it's time to focus on translating that to better team fights. And then, it's compounding. So use Tracker to find what you are worst at, and every game that you go into, have a goal of what you want to get better at. I hope that these tips help you as a jungler climb from bronze, silver, whatever you are. I think I'm going to title this like use these tips to get out of bronze or something like that, but really this stuff applies to everybody up to a certain point. I really think that the skill differential between like a bronze player and a diamond player is a lot smaller than people are willing to admit. So I hope this helps you. If there's any tips that you have for anybody else that is climbing, leave them in the comments. If you want to do a coaching session with me, I do coaching for free. All you got to do is either DM me on Twitch or ask for my Discord in the comments or something like that, and we can do it that way. But good luck in your climb. I hope that this helped. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. I'll catch you guys later. Keep playing Smite 2. It's a beautiful game.